Hey everyone. So it's week 6, the video response to the Fred factor. Um, I really like the 4 points at the end. Specifically, 3 of the 4 really stuck out to me. Everyone makes a difference. You must continually create value for others, and it doesn't have to cost a penny. And then the last one, you can reinvent yourself regularly. And if I had to summarize this clip in like one word, or like what I interpret it as, is empowerment. I think people want to feel valued and special and important. Um, and so for our case, like as educators, um, I think it's our job, or one of our jobs, is to make our students feel special and to empower them. Um, And so I am an elementary teacher, so I teach K through 6. That's one thing that I try to do every day, is to help them feel valuable. Um, I'm not just a room teacher who has 20, 30 kids. I have, 120, 130, and I really try to um, pour into them and make them feel special, not just, hey, you're another student. I can't really talk to you as into detail as you would want. I try to take the time and make them feel special. But one of the things that I like, that always makes me nervous, that I don't want to hear, that kind of motivates me, is PE is a popular and like one of the favorite subjects for any kid, but I don't want to ever hear a student say, Mr. Carbajal or whatever. They'll come. I don't want anyone to ever come up to me and be like, Mr. Carbajal, like PE is getting boring, or oh, this is so boring, or I'm sick of PE or whatever. I just dread that. It's never happened, but it makes me every day come out and like I don't want to hear that. As much as my students love the class, and I think, they like me as a teacher, but I don't want them to hear that. So I try to pump them up. I try to make them excited in any way. Like, for example, with my K and 1, kindergarten and first graders, sometimes I try to find any way to just pump them up even before class even starts. The teacher will bring them, and not a lot of people like to run, and but I try to think, well, how can I get these kids to really like or do anything that I want them to do, and especially run? How can I make running something fun and enjoyable? And so I try to think like, well, I just gotta pump them up before class really even starts. So the teacher drops them off, and a lot of times, like when you're on a team, you know how you have the huddle, and then like all hands in the middle, and then you say 1, 2, 3, and you shout something. So I grab all the kids. Sometimes we'll even combine kindergarten and first, but it works great with either combined classes or just kinder and 1, or really any class, but especially the littles because they get fired up. I'll be like, all right, guys, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, and then with all the hands in the middle, I was like, all right, we're gonna say dominate on 3 because I want you guys to just kill it. We're gonna dominate. So I'll say dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3, and then they all just scream out, dominate, and they understand what it means to dominate. The first time I explained it, and I was like, I want you guys to go out here, and every single thing that we do today, not just running, but everything we do for today's class, I want you to dominate. And I explained what it meant, and I was just like, you take control and you just kill it. You work to your fullest potential in everything that we do, and that will transfer from PE into the classroom and into your personal lives at home with your family. Because I don't want PE to just be about PE or your 30 or 45 minutes with me. I want it to be more than just a class. I want them to be changed in PE, which transfers into the classroom, which transfers into their like personal lives. So I say, dominate, and then they're just running. They'll be all crazy and hype. But I also want them to feel not just pumped up, but for them to know that they can dominate. They are special. They have been given gifts, and That's kind of what I get like when I think of, you must continually create value for others. The third point that was in the Fred factor. That's it right there. Like each kid has value, even if they're overweight. I have quite a few overweight students, and I kind of just try to pour into them the same way, even if you know he needs a little bit more encouragement. Um, just to tell him like, hey, you've been given gifts that some of these other kids don't have. Perhaps that's in the classroom and that's not at PE, but I do care for you. And sometimes I'll take some of the leaders in the class who are stud athletes and encourage them to, hey, let's try to include this guy in sports during recess or in PE. Try to get him on your team and just be an encourager. And then the last point that I'll talk about was the last point for the Fred factor as well. You can reinvent yourself regularly. What I like about this, I really like this point. I'm not sure if this is what he meant by it, but what I like about it is you can reinvent yourself regularly. So like regularly. It's not just like, well, if you have a bad day, that's going to define you each and every day. Every single day you wake up, or every single day I wake up, I feel like there is nothing that can stop me. Like, there's nothing that can stop me. I wake up thinking I'm going to dominate today. I'm in control. Like, there's this quote that I just love, and it's, you are your only limit. I'm the only person who thinks that I can stop myself. And I think that's what it is. Like, you can reinvent yourself every single day, regularly. You have a bad day, well, whatever, you got another shot, you got another day. And I think, like, these are just simple truths that, like, I pour into my students. And so, yeah, this was a really, really good clip. And I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say about it as well. All right, enjoy the rest of your week.